Ben Sebastian here, curator of the Sonic Symphonic podcast, composer of the Kalasin series of albums. Occasionally, I like to go off the beaten track here. I get a random submission. I kind of suspect this is going to be something a little bit different here, and that's all good. This is from an individual master of waves who composes all types of genres depending on his mood or kind of project sort of ideas. This track, he says, is closer to Rage Against the Machine and Faith No More, although they're very different bands, but the song fits somewhere in between. And then sort of a bit Marilyn Manson-y for the simplicity of the piece, he says. He says his metal or hard rock is generally reserved for his live gigs to get the crowd going. Other than that, it's quite a bit of sort of contains some electronica with hardware synths, jazz, funk, Indian and world music influences, having lived in India and Singapore for a number of years, so lots of Southeast Asian touches. He also sort of goes down the sort of Baroque, classical and neoclassical route as well. So without further ado, this is all the rage nowadays. Ooh, very clean. And that's that, all of 2 minutes. Okay, very different, but somehow it glues together quite nicely. I could kind of imagine those grungier, dirtier parts having some really sort of deep, dark kind of, almost deathcore, death metal type of vocals to it, with some of the cleaner sections going into sort of spitting some bars. And if I could do either of those adequately and off the cuff, I'd probably play the track again and do it again. But I can't. But if you can, let's have a go. Have a go at it. Send me something. That would be absolutely sick. Very nice, clean production. Kind of style, that was very different. If you liked that, there's a whole SoundCloud and Spotify kind of well populated with material from Master of Waves. Particularly in the case of SoundCloud, I noticed quite a following and quite a number of plays and listens. So go and check out Master of Waves, and it's always good to kind of step out of the usual fare and embrace something new. Couple of production techniques I really like that. I love the kind of very dirty, very raw guitar playing against those very exceptionally clean drums. Drum that gives it sort of electronic drums there. Dissonance really worked. So a short piece but packed with nuance. Master of Waves.